talk about 1-day retreat, right? We talk about the schedule. So have you wondered why the schedule are written in this way? There are a few reasons. So normally in the morning, they will be taking precept, right? After that, there will be chanting. Then there will be meditation guidance or Dhamma talk. Then they will be sitting. Then they will be walking. And they were sitting until the lunchtime. So after the lunchtime, they will be same also, sitting, walking. And in between, there will be like personal interview. And after that, at night time, there will be a break time. And then the night time, normally there will be meditation or Dhamma talk. And finally, there will be sharing of merits. Now, the question is, have you all seen, I think most of you are familiar with this schedule. And the question is, why do we do it in this way? All right, Sister Kahong, you are familiar with this kind of schedule, right? So why do we have to take the precept first?
To purify our mind,
Okay.
keep our sila first, because sila is the foundation, for our meditation.
Yes,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
So why? Because we are talking about the whole day. When we practice, we are following the Noble Eightfold Path, right? Noble Eightfold Path. And when we follow the Noble Eightfold Path, we are following in brief, is Sila Samadhi Panya, right? Like Sister Kaun say. We start with the Sila. Sila Samadhi Panya. So that's why we need to start with the Sila. So this is also to remind the meditator that in a meditation retreat, you are taking the 8 precepts. But for those like who stay at home, if they are not able to do whole day, they can take 5 precepts. But minimally, they will be on. You should take 5 precepts. They will be, if you take like 4 precepts, too less already. So either best is 8 or 9. 9 means normally we have 8 precepts, and 9 is together with the metta. So in Myanmar, they have 8 plus 1, so we call 9 precepts. So you got 8 or 9 or 5. This is the starting point as a sila. Now, after they be able to take the precept and remind the meditator, they have to keep the precept for the whole day, then they can start the practice. And in this way also purify the mind, because sometimes when they had break the precept in the earlier days or previously or previous night or whatever, they might feel remorse. So if you feel remorse and you try to practice meditation, it's actually useless, because the remorse will make your mind restless. So by taking the precept, it's like you are like putting on a new clothes, or you take a shower. So after, no matter how dirty is the body, but the moment you take a shower, put on a new clothes, your body and mind is clear. So it's like help you to renew, to have a good start in a day. Okay. So after that, chanting. Now, why? Like just now we chant. Now, there are a few reasons. Sometimes chanting, we can do the Buddhanusati, Dhammanusati, Sanghanusati, right? So chanting, actually, there are few purpose. One is samadhi, as samadhi. Right? So you have sila, this one. And by this, you are doing some samadhi. Because when you chant, your mind need to concentrate on the sound. Your mind need to follow the sequence in the text. You might need to hold the chanting. Your mind cannot wander. Even you wander so far, then the moment you hear other people chanting, you need to come back. So actually, chanting is kind of like samadhi practice, samatha, because it calm down the mind. Right? Calm down the mind. And also another purpose of chanting, if you are doing like just now, we are talking about 32 body parts or whatever. So it gives knowledge. It actually reminds you that, oh, you are supposed to practice the Marananusati, contemplation of death, and also remind you that you are practicing the 32 body parts. So it gives knowledge, and already tell you that how you should meditate. Okay, so give knowledge about what is a meditation subject or object. Now, this is especially for any teacher, they will tell you. Of course, I think most of you hear about Vipassana, most of you practicing Vipassana or Samatha. So actually, basically, I would say most people are expert in meditation. When we say expert in meditation, because sometimes when we ask people, how long have you practiced meditation? They tell me they practice meditation for 20 years, 30 years. It sounds very expert, everybody, right? 30 years or 20 years meditation. So I say, oh, okay, since you're practicing for 20 years, so why should I give you guidance? Because you're so expert. But actually, meditation guidance is to remind those experts, right? And also to clear the doubts. Because at this session, people also can ask questions to remind of actual practice, Because sometimes you might practice Vipassana, then you go and practice Samatha. Then by the time you go and practice Vipassana, your mind might mix out. You don't know whether you're practicing Samatha or Vipassana. So it's better to clear the doubts and to really understand that if what you're supposed to practice. So like here, the teacher will tell you you're supposed to do sitting and walking and sitting, walking. So the teacher will remind you how to practice. So now you can see, basically, if we are looking here, people maybe take 15 minutes to that preset. So chanting maybe half an hour. So they already take 30 minutes. So meditation guidelines actually is another maybe 1 hour. So by this, actually, if we ask them to do sitting, it's actually in terms of body, it's not really good to do sitting because actually we should do walking now. But most people, after they listen to meditation guidance, they want to start practice. And most people feel that sitting is the meditation. So, but actually for Vipassana, you're supposed to do walking first. All right? Walking and sitting. Why? Because if you look at it, you already sit for 1.5 hours. Preset 15 minutes, chanting about 30 minutes, meditation guidance about 1 hour. So you already sit 1.5 hours. So your body is very stressful with the sitting. Especially if you got the, we call it the body problem, you got the back pain problem, or you have a injury on the leg. So at that time, your body is screaming with pain. So that's why at this time, it's good to walk, all right? So the meditation guidance, if for beginners, we just tell the people, basically, you just need to walk left and right, okay? For starting practice, is actually good to walk fast, especially after you sit for a long time. You just left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay, then you systematically on the meditation guidance there, I would explain again. So here actually, after you sit for a long time, is don't do so slowly. So it's good to make the body more active, because if the body active, the mind also active. So walk fast, walk fast. So slowly you fast, all these are fast step, right? Slowly when you walk for a long time, maybe your body also tired and then your mind also want to sit down. Then at that time you slow down. Then you slowly walk, slow down, and you slowly go to sitting. All right. So when people are doing the whole day retreat, they should carry the mindfulness. Carry the mindfulness from sitting to walking or walking to sitting, right? So no matter how fast you walk or slow, you should bring the mindfulness, go to sitting. And if you walk properly, when we say the idea of walk properly means you walk with mindfulness, then you bring the mindfulness to the sitting, right? So by this time, after you walk, so you should already have a good effort, especially you walk, definitely you have good effort and good concentration. Then you should bring this all the way, bring to sitting. Okay, you should bring to sitting. So when you sit down, actually we say walking and sitting. The difference is the change of posture only, whether you are sitting or walking. When you are walking, you are focusing on left, right, the leg movement. But when you're sitting, you cannot focus on leg movement. So you focus on either breathing or body, or 4 elements. There are many things you can meditate for Vipassana. Or even if you want to do the 32 body parts, it's up to you. All right. But the key word is you should have consistency in your practice. Bring the mindfulness, effort, concentration, and of course, good mindfulness. Bring to your sitting. Right. So for beginners, try to sit half an hour, walk half an hour. So if you walk 1 hour, then you should sit 1 hour, right? But actually, the best is between half an hour to 45 minutes. Walking, you can walk more, especially for Vipassana, because Vipassana is walking give you better concentration mindfulness. So by this already is very near to lunchtime. So normally 1 day retreat will start about 7 or 8. Normally in Malaysia, I start about 8:30 because people are driving from outside. 7:30 is they having the breakfast at their place. Yeah. But some of the temple is very nice. By the time you come to like Subang Jaya, the breakfast is there. You also can take second breakfast at Subang Jaya. Okay. So yeah. So after that is lunchtime. So lunchtime is we call it daily mindfulness. What is daily mindfulness? Now, normally meditation retreat, if we look at the retreat, so we call it, we have 4 posture, right? 4 posture means sitting, walking, standing, and lying down. So this is we call it the 4-man posture. So how about other posture? Other posture will be movement, like you go to toilet and you shake the head, okay, shake the hand, and so on. So all these are other minor posture, right? So now when we say daily mindfulness, what is daily mindfulness? Daily mindfulness means beside the 4-man posture, so other behavior you should notice, like other posture, other movement. So you can daily mindfulness means out of the 4-man posture. It's not in sitting, walking, standing, lying down. Like for example, you go to toilet, eating, toilet, okay, or shipping, or even talking, you know. Yeah. But for retreat, it's better don't talk. Even recently, I listened to one said, or he said, the moment you talk, because your mind already restless, the moment you talk with somebody, it even be more restless. So he said, even if you sleep 1 hour, it's better than you talk 5 minutes, because talking 5 minutes will destroy your concentration. So less talking is better, right? Or no talk. I mean, if better is noble silence. Because noble silence, you stop the talking. Now, when we say talking is in Abhidhamma is vitakka, initial application. So the moment you talk, the mind is like very active with the vitakka vichara, initial application, sustained application. So better don't talk. All right. So you have, we call it under daily mindfulness lunchtime. So where you practice at that time, of course, you cannot have good concentration, but you still have mindfulness, and you have good effort if you maintain the mindfulness. So eating, there will be chewing, like there will be, you should note the things like chewing, you know. So at that time, what should you not, you know? You should not the 6 sense base. Okay, you see the food, you smell the food, you chew the food, and something, right? So this one you can do it at the lunchtime, right? Okay, so mostly like this. So after lunch, then, I mean, normally 1 day retreat, no need to lie down after lunch. But if you are doing intensive retreat for 3 months or whatever, so after lunch, because normally intensive retreat, you wake up at 3:30. In some places in Myanmar, they wake up at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. I remember the first time when I was young, about 25 years old. So it's about 20 years ago. 5 years ago, I was attending the first retreat. So I woke up about 3 o'clock in the morning. So I was thinking to myself, it's so early in the morning. 3 o'clock is normal time. It's like people are sleeping. People are sleeping at 3 o'clock, right? So if you wake up at 3 o'clock, it's very strange, right? So, but for full retreat, you can have rest. We call it resting. But if you're doing 1 day retreat, we don't recommend you rest. But you need to go for toilet break, it's okay, resting. Resting at that time for full retreat, you can do it the lying down meditation. Especially if you cannot sit for a long time, you feel that you need to rest the bones. So you lie down mindfulness, then you note the abdomen rising, falling. Okay, so that's fulfill the 4 posture. So we have another posture is a standing. So you got sitting, you got walking. So normally it's 2, sitting and walking, sitting and walking. And now we are talking about lying down at your resting place. Now, how about standing? Now, standing you can combine with walking. All right. So walking plus standing. Because when you walk, so after a while you feel tired. Then if it's not the time to sit, then you can do standing. What's the meaning of standing? Standing means literally you at your home or maybe at the meditation retreat, go to find a corner where you don't disturb people. You just stand there. And then at that time, if you want, you can do the 6 sense basis, So when standing, you cannot like not the body, or it's not recommend for you to not the abdomen rising, falling, or breathing, because you already not the rising, falling, and breathing during the sitting. So no point you do the same object, because sometimes when the mind also the same object, it feel very boring, So better you not the body standing. Another object you can do is 6 sense base an object, because at that time you can open the eyes. So you see something, you hear something, you smell something, you taste something. So you open your mind. We call it choiceless awareness. You open your 6 sense space, you can open your eyes and see how things come in. Your eyes see something, the sound coming to your ear, and then this one, and the smell. Sometimes if some of the meditation center, they planted very nice smelling flower. So when the wind blow, you can smell the flower. Okay. All right. So this will cover the 4 men's posture. And after that, there will be a personal interview. So normally lunchtime will be more free. And then because in the morning, people are trying very hard. So after lunch, then they will have, after they try hard, they will have doubts. So they want to clear their doubts. Or some they just want to ask personal problem, Or yeah. So it's good to have, normally we use the word interview. Yeah, but actually it's kind of like in Chinese you call it 小餐 Yeah. So even though we call it interview, it's actually more of Dharma discussion. In fact, it's a like personal Dharma discussion where you can ask to the Dharma teacher or meditation teacher. But it's a short one, because if the place had 30 people, you cannot occupy 1 hour go and talk to the teacher. Teacher also very tired, right? Morning have to give Dharma talk, and then night have to give Dharma talk, and then now also have to give 1 hour Dharma talk. Very tired. So here actually 5 minutes is enough. I mean, if 5 or 10 minutes, that's the best. I also normally this time I also don't want to talk because it's very tiring, You give Dharma talk and then morning, and then now also have to listen. And sometimes it's also personal story, Because some people when they try to clear, now why do they want to ask personal problems? Because sometimes if the problem is very obsessive, very obsess their mind. If they don't clear this problem, they cannot meditate well. Like for example, they're worried about their sons and daughter, or maybe normally, when always I will hear the ghost story, people will tell me somebody passed away, and then they hear the ghost coming back, and then the ghost appear to them or whatever. There's a lot of ghost story at this time. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, it's just to listen to them, to help them to clear the doubts, for them to practice. So this is or they ask about anything to do with their meditation. They are not clear about how should they note the meditation object. So they to help them clear the doubts. So this is time. So after that, maybe evening time, break time, 5 p.m. or whatever. So this is normally we call it tea break time, right? For 1 day retreat, you all, if you are doing it at home, is up to you all. You all just go for toilet or whatever. For meditation retreat, normally they prepare some tea or some sugary drink for you to drink. Okay, it's just like actually when recently I've been reading about fasting. Fasting say actually it's best to fast. Fast means that after you eat about the best is like 16:8 means that breakfast is 9, then lunch is about 11 to 12. Then by 4 o'clock you should stop all the sugary things. So we help to bring down the glucose. But normally people want to drink some sweet things, you know. It's not that people not the body really wants sweet because the body been eating a lot, but it's the nature of mind want to have some relaxation or some enjoyment. But anyway, so no harm because every precept you can take some sugar or some drink here. Then followed by then normally after that, then people can do walking or sitting, and before the nighttime Dharma talk, where there will be also another Q&A normally, or also meditation guidance. Normally this now at night time, because everybody is very tired, you know, after the whole day practice. So people just want to change the mind from noting the mind, noting the object. So normally the teacher will tell some stories on about practice or so on. Okay. So this is to inspire the mind. So the mind actually here, but is the mind very tired also. I mean, it's true, because if you don't practice the whole day, you don't feel it's tired. But when you try to keep the mindfulness, sometimes the mind running around, you run here, run there. So you have to bring back the mind to the mindfulness. You have to increase the mindfulness, keep the concentration. So at the end of the day, it's actually very tiring, very tiring. For the first 3 days, normally if you go for 10 days retreat, during the first day, second day, 3 days, it's like fighting the battle with your own self. So at the time, the mind requires some extra energy from the teacher. So normally it's a Q&A to solve the question also. And then some simple story. Or also here, we also have the normal chanting also. Normally there will be some chanting also. Now, why we chant so many? Because chanting is always the samatha practice. And also chanting, another reason is waiting for others. Sometimes because like in Subang Jaya, other place, people will come at night time. They're always late. So he's waiting for the crowd to come also. That's why we chant and chant and chant until people start to arrive. All right. Then the go for Dhamma talk and then sharing of merits. Because one time the Devas come and also tell the Buddha that please advise the disciple to share merits, because the Deva also they want to receive the merits. Now, why? Because if you think about that, we human we can make merits, but Deva normally they cannot make merits because they no need to donate, or they no need to of course they can just make magical things, but they are not really fulfilling the parami by making the magical like donation or whatever. Normally all the dewa they cannot give dhammatok. Only special dewa at the Tushita, then they give dhammatok. So most of dewa they enjoy. They cannot make merits, so they wishing us to share the merits with them. So normally at night time we share merits. Uh, we we normally three groups. We all beings that is in general, with the departed ones, and so with devas, especially the guardian deva who protect the place. Okay, so this is the schedule for 1 day retreat. This is also promotion. 2 in 1 promotion for my December 6 and 7. Right. So, okay. Any question about this? Anything you all want to ask? Okay. Any question? All right. So if no question, so I think we can start our own practice. So we will come back another 45 minutes or 1 hour later. Now let me see the Malaysia time. Malaysia time is 8:47. So we come back around 9:30. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so we should start now. So you all can practice whatever you want, breathing or can do walking or whatever. Okay, we can start now. Or if you have question, you can ask later.